Hi, boys and girls, salutations. So we are going to read Chapter 9 from Charlotte's Web, and you know the drill. If you need the following materials, go ahead and get it. You will need your pen or a pencil, you'll need your Charlotte's Web packet, and of course the book, Charlotte's Web. Gather the things you need right now and pause the video. All right, boys and girls, you must have gathered everything you needed because you're back, and let's take a look at the questions from Chapter 9. Number 1 says, Charlotte is a sedentary spider. What does this mean? So we have to give the meaning for the word sedentary, and we're going to find out what it means in Chapter 9. Number 2, can you list other animals that are sedentary? Interesting. We'll have to read the story to find out which ones are. Number 3, give a non-example of the word sedentary. So that just means, could you give a word that means exactly the opposite? And number 4, Charlotte is still working on a plan of how to save Wilbur. When does she do her thinking? We'll learn more about that in Chapter 9. On the back of Chapter 9 is your must-do for the day. It is the spider facts that you're going to choose and write on the next page. So please read through the 15 spider facts here, amazing and cool. Choose the 2 that you like best. And then you're going to write those in the empty space on the next page. Right here where it says spiders, you're going to include your name. And this part is already done for you. There are many interesting facts about spiders. Here are some of my most favorite facts. And you must include the 2 to 3 facts right in here. That is your must-do for the day. Now let's take a look at some new vocabulary words that we'll need to understand our chapter. Here, this word is oblige. And Templeton is going to use this word today. He's meaning to help, okay? When he says the word oblige, he means anything I can do to help. Some other words that we are going to see and pictures I wanted to show you are here on my computer screen. So the first one that you'll see is the beech nut. And a beech nut comes from the beech tree, and they look something like this. And this is another type of food called a truffle. Now it almost looks like poop, right? But it's this type of mushroom, a type of fungus, that grows underground, and it has to be dug up. And believe it or not, boys and girls, it's a delicacy, meaning it's like one of those really expensive ingredients that gets added to food. And it's a very rare type of ingredient, so it's not used in many dishes, only for very certain ones, okay? And it looks kind of like that. Now, the reason why we're looking at beech nuts and truffles is because these are things that are usually dug up by pigs. So who do you think is talking about beech nuts and truffles? You're right, it's Wilbur. He's talking about these things. So that's what they look like. We saw the word swallows again, and every time the book brings up the swallow, they're talking about a type of bird called the swallow, and it looks just like that. Isn't it beautiful? I love the tail of the swallow. And that's a barn swallow. You can see there's kind of like this bluish color on its feathers. In Chapter 9, Charlotte talks about her parts of her legs, and she uses these very technical words. You're going to see the words tarsus, metatarsus, tibia, patella, femur, and the coxa, and these are all parts or sections of her legs. So I didn't know this, but there are 7 sections in a spider's leg, and each one has a special name, and that's what they are called. So she's going to talk about that in Chapter 9 today. So this is part 1 of our video. Join me for part 2 as I read Chapter 9 and answer the questions. See you in a bit.